morning, Chargers.
I'm Trinity Marks.
I'm Camille Sinnott.
I'm Savannah Bell.
Hi, I'm Jasmine.
I'm Amelia Match.
I'm Alyssa Grazius.
I'm Danny Isa.
My name is Nick Rossell.
Hi, I'm Sierra Johnson.
I'm Jordan.
Hi, I'm Rena Rock.
I'm Trinity Sipple.
I'm Tina Black.
I'm Abby Forget.
I'm Morgan Barrett.
John Antonio.
I'm Will.
I'm Chandler Morrell.
And I'm Nick Butler.
And this is the Morning Show on CTN.
Buenos días, Chargers. Yo soy Cami Sen. Hoy es el 5 de Mayo.
Yo soy Morgan Barrett. Y el almuerzo de hoy es dos tacos. Before we tell you about Cinco de Mayo, Amelia is here with the weather. Amelia?
Hey girls, this nasty weather is going to keep coming. We might not see any rain today, but it will be cloudy with highs in the 50s. Thankfully, it is supposed to clear up on Mother's Day, and we will start to see the rain or the sun again next week. Right now, it is supposed to be partly sunny and warm on Sunday, making for a great day to spend with your mom. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Amelia. Local celebrities Justin Pankowski in 2nd grade and Tashinga Gonker in 4th grade celebrate their birthdays. Tashinga, you got a message from your fellow 4th graders. They said, "Happy 10th birthday, Tashinga. We hope you have a great day." You also got a message from your mom who says, "Wow, time flies. It seems like just yesterday you were at Women and Infants Hospital of Providence, Rhode Island, welcoming our precious, beautiful baby girl. Today, May 5th, 2016, Tashinga is turning 10 years old. On behalf of the entire family and in my own name, we want to wish you a happy birthday. We want to wish you many, many, many more happy, healthy birthdays to come. May God continue to bless you. Enjoy.
Justin and Tashinga, from all of us at TTN, we wish you both a great birthday. In the celebrity world, singer Chris Brown turns 27, and other singer Adele turns 28.
The 8th graders are going to Baltimore today. We hope they have a safe trip. Attention cast members of Cinco Jr. Mr. Ford still needs scripts to be returned from and Morgan Barrett. Please return your scripts as soon as possible.
The walk to the park is tomorrow at 1:30. You are allowed to wear your gym uniform tomorrow for the walk to the park. Attention cast of Much Ado About Nothing. You will have practice today, and tomorrow at 11:45 in Mr. Ford's room, your costumes are due tomorrow.
Now for today's saint of the day, St. Hilary of Arles.
St. Hilary of Arles was only 29 when he became a bishop. Prior to becoming bishop, he had followed in his relative Honoratus' footsteps. As bishop, he raised money for the poor, sold ships to rescue ransomed captives, and was a very simple man. Later into bishophood, he released a bishop, that was very sick. The bishop lived through the sickness, which got Hilary into a lot of trouble. The Pope stripped him of some of his powers, and he died at 49.
Thanks, Morgan. Now for today's main topic, Cinco de Mayo.
Jordan is here to talk about Cinco de Mayo. Hola, Jordan.
Hey, Chargers. Cinco de Mayo is a Mexican holiday commemorating the win over France in the Battle of Puebla. In Mexico, Cinco de Mayo is not as big as Mexico's Independence Day, which is actually September 16th. We celebrate Cinco de Mayo more than they do, with lots of partying and lots of avocados. We also have people dress up in bright outfits spreading our Mexican pride, even though we are American.
Thanks, Jordan. That is it for the morning show today. We leave you with a short video about Cinco de Mayo. For me, Cami, Jordan, and the rest of the CTN crew, we wish you happy Cinco de Mayo.
What's the real story of El Cinco de Mayo? I'm John Deere, and today we talk about the real story of the popular holiday Cinco de Mayo. It's not what you think, and it's just the kind of twisted story we love. To start, Cinco de Mayo is not Mexican Independence Day, which is on September 16th. To find out what Cinco de Mayo actually is, we have to go all the way back to 1861. When Mexico suspended interest payments on foreign loans because of their own struggling economy. Mexico's biggest creditors were France, the United Kingdom, and Spain, who decided to do something to force repayment. So these three great countries decided to send warships to blockade Mexico. They had the greatest militaries of the time, with the French the greatest amongst them. The only problem with this plan? The French, who were led by Napoleon Bonaparte III. Napoleon III was the nephew of the famous Napoleon Bonaparte, who had had his sights set on world domination. As it turns out, Napoleon III was a chip off the old block. So when these three great fleets arrived to blockade Mexico, Napoleon landed a substantial expeditionary force and began chasing the Mexican army away from the coast and taking control of Mexican territory. Spain and the United Kingdom wanted none of it, so they quickly left. Now, the United States wasn't happy about this either, but they had problems of their own. The Civil War had just broken out, and President Lincoln was concerned that if he helped Mexico, the French would decide to help the South. So Mexico got no help from us. Instead, they faced the French army alone, and the French army was the best army in the world. In 1862, the French army began chasing the Mexican army towards Mexico City with the idea of taking control of the country. However, the road to the Mexican capital went through the city of Puebla, which was guarded by two large Mexican forts. The French talked themselves into believing that because of Mexico's hard economic times, the people of Mexico would welcome them and would not support the small garrisons of Mexican soldiers manning these forts. So they attacked. The battle raged on, but the French had badly miscalculated. Like most countries being occupied by a foreign power, it doesn't matter what is happening at home. The Mexicans all fought together to repel the French. Despite France's vast military superiority, the Mexicans defeated them in Puebla. The French turned in retreat, chased by an emboldened Mexican army. The unexpected victory became a rallying cry for all of Mexico and was quickly declared a national holiday. However, the story doesn't end there. In the next town, additional French forces routed the Mexican army, and they marched on Mexico City and took control of the capital. In 1864, they brought in Maximilian, an Archduke of Austria that was a favorite of Napoleon, and installed him as Emperor of Mexico. Maximilian was a progressive who immediately tried to bring Mexico into modern times, passing child labor laws, restrictions on working hours, and an end to an oppressive system of serfdom. However, the French were still occupiers, and the Mexicans continued to fight them and were beginning to have victories throughout Mexico. At the same time, the United States Civil War was coming to an end, and the United States made its displeasure of the French occupation known. The North and South even considered reconciliation solely for the purpose of going to war with the French in Mexico. Under pressure from Mexican forces and American threats, the French decided to keep the peace with the U.S. and withdrew in complete and utter humiliation. And that's the real story of El Cinco de Mayo.